This is Bill Hartzer, and today is Thursday, October 24th, 2019. This is the Bill Hartzer podcast for Thursday, the 24th of August. I mean, I'm actually still in September mode because we are like almost 80 degrees, right? I have Jon Kagan. Actually, you're up in Connecticut.
Yep.
So we're in Connecticut.
So I'm in Stamford by the New York City border, or by the New York border, say.
All right, I know it well. I actually grew up in Darien.
Oh, okay.
And
right next door.
my mother still lives in Darien, so I try and get up there a couple times a year. And she lives near the Darien train station.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what that is.
So yeah, so I know the area well. So actually, next time I'm up there, I'll definitely try and get to dinner, take you out to dinner or do lunch or something like that.
That works for me.
So my special guest today is Jon Kagan from Marc USA, and you specialize actually in YouTube ads, and do manage YouTube campaigns and so forth. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you kind of got into the business and into the industry.
Sure. So I work for Marc USA, heading up their biddable media practice. We're a full-service independent ad agency headquartered in Pittsburgh with offices in Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Boston, Chicago, and Miami. I've been in the industry for about 15 years now. It'll be 15 years next month. Honestly, I just kind of slipped and fell. I was a forensic pathology major in college. They shut down the program. I had to switch to business. And I found my senior year, I found this ad agency. They gave me a paid internship, showed up the first day. They shut down my department, and I sat there and begged them to keep me and show me what else they did because it was too late to find another paid internship. They did search. It was one of the well-known search agencies, and I've been doing it ever since.
Cool. So several years in the business, how has it changed from obviously with YouTube, it's been around. I mean, I remember just, obviously you'd run, YouTube ads right before the videos. But how has it changed, for advertisers over the years?
It's funny. The core ad units that YouTube originated with was the masthead or their homepage takeover. And the 15 and 30-second skillful ad, those have remained the same. Those never went away, which is nice. Google's augmented with other ones like sequential advertising, the discovery ad unit, bumper ads, various outstream ad capabilities, which have been great. But more so what advertisers have really seen more than anything is the ability to do a better targeting and audience qualification, which has allowed the ad unit to move from solely an awareness play to a DR function as well.
Yeah, so we could, so it sounds like we can target really well for, maybe a small, medium-sized business, it sounds like, I'll pick a home inspector basically from Dallas. Basically they do home inspections, basically in the Dallas, in Dallas. So they're not gonna, so obviously they would want to pick or target, people who are in the area that they serve, and in a couple of different cities and so forth, and then people who are maybe flipping houses or in real estate or something like that, or buying and selling a home, and that would be, I guess, the ideal type of people. So do we actually, so how much of it is picking keywords, on a strategy, picking keywords and then the demographic, or do you just kind of go towards the demographic primarily? What is the best strategy?
So I try and pre-qualify my audience based off what I know is my actual audience, not necessarily my perceived audience. So I can get down to pretty granular. I can go target women 25 to 34 with a college degree that rent an apartment, household income, the top 25% that are bargain shoppers. I started looking for all this different type of building a profile of an individual of who is most qualified, And then I use that. I'll do that for my targeting, and then often from that I'll get conversion data from that, and then I can build a lookalike audience off of that. And I try everything that I can to pre-qualify my audience so that I show my videos and get a better ROI essentially. Not everyone that sees my videos necessarily is the most qualified individual. So after the geo-targeting, I start to build a individual profile.
Sure. So in the SEO world, I use the word persona a lot, and basically I do kind of that same thing where we identify essentially 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 different types of ideal customers, and with their demographics, including obviously their demographic data like age and age, gender, location, how much money they make, maybe their job title, potential job titles and so forth. And on the SEO side, we kind of build, content to speak towards those particular people. And then as we're building links, we try and figure out what type of sites that they're going to hang out on. Mm-hmm. And then that also, if we can, obviously, use that or as part of any of the other ad campaigns as well, and we have those personas. So as part of our, my kind of strategy, I know that building personas and really understanding the audience you're targeting can not only just help with conversions and so forth, but it's obviously going to save you a lot of money because you're not just throwing some random ad in front of somebody that sure, I mean they might get to know the brand and hear about the company, but are they actually going to essentially do business with you and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So what are so what should we actually, as marketers or digital marketers, looking at YouTube ads, what is the next big thing? What should we be primarily focused on in the next, say, year or so?
So, I mean, one thing that we forget about is in the state of YouTube today, with the quality of phones we have and the basic editing software we have, YouTube is something that everyone can do. Any small medium business with a cell phone at this point can have a YouTube video content, just them actually going forward and doing that. But the big thing we look at is, as an advertiser these days, I'm less focused on the ad, less focused on the keyword or the trigger. I am more focused on finding the right audience and making sure they're meeting me at the right placement. If I don't do it at the right placement, I run the risk of brand safety. I don't want to have my ad accidentally endorse some horrific content by accident. So I want to go be very careful on where my ads are placed, but more so I want that to meet with the ideal audience. So whenever anyone asks me what is the big plan for digital media for next year, I'm saying it's audience, it's audience, it's audience. If you don't target the right person, then you're just wasting money, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, so a couple of different things. I mean, certainly we build, we build on, we build that campaign basically on, what we've perceived and what the data that we have. As far as ongoing, are you looking at, conversions or to figure, to help you figure out, I guess as you run those ads, you're gonna, obviously have some kind of data that shows, whether that you're being successful or not, or whether you should actually kind of shift your strategy, maybe go to a little older audience or a little younger audience or so forth. What are the different tools that that are available, to kind of help figure that out?
So I mean, and this kind of goes back to my pushing on the audience. Once you start overlaying multiple audience targets, you refine your audience to a more qualified individual. That allows you to go from an upstream or an up funnel awareness play to start moving yourself to mid and down funnel actual conversion capabilities, which is kind of what we've seen over time. So it really comes down to, are you trying to prospect with a large, wide audience, or are you trying to really get down to the bottom of the funnel where you're going to get lower volume, but you start to get the conversion data? You just don't feed the awareness that you need at the top of the funnel. So it really comes down to what your end goal is.
Yeah, I mean, certainly there's different types of campaigns. Run, obviously a brand campaign. If thinking about, for example, we have an upcoming conference, which is the State of Search conference, digital marketing conference, and we've actually, we do have some video assets, and we've been, creating some ads and so forth. And primarily, our goal has been just brand awareness of the fact that there is a State of Search digital marketing conference coming up, and and we basically want to hit digital marketers or people who are in marketing, CMO type of level in the Dallas Fort Worth area. And so in that case, it's pretty specific, and we're just basically looking for views and just because I'm pretty sure that it's just a brand awareness, and if they know about the conference and then know, they'll look into it and they'll decide from there. We're not, I don't think it's a case where they're going to see an ad and then click on it and immediately go sign up. They may, but that's really not, not the goal of that particular campaign.
Right.
So for a, going back to, I guess, this, for like a home inspector or a service area business, HVAC, heating, air conditioning, something like that, is targeting a very specific city. What type of, would you go more for a branding type of campaign, or would you more go for, is the case where we want them literally to, be searching and then click and then actually, pick up the phone and call, or what would be a good strategy for I guess a small medium-sized business?
Yeah, when it comes to, especially with YouTube, you want to meet them before they have a chance to go look on their own, because you don't want folks just wandering off and hoping that your ad will show. So what we'll typically do is, once you hit a tight geographic area, we'll start overlaying life event scenarios, people that are actively engaging in homeowners insurance, short sales, buying, anything around home purchases. That way we can then turn around and target them and say, hey, they meet the pre-qualification, they meet in our geographic area where our inspectors are willing to travel, and just go hit them that way. It comes down to just making sure your audience and your geography meet your needs simultaneously. But more so, you don't want to leave the chance with just say, hey, they're going to find it because the video had this type of content. Now, that's a reactive media approach, and YouTube gives you the ability to be proactive with it.
So are there any certain topics that you just love to, or any certain campaigns that you can think of that were really fun to work on, or, if you look at all the, certain topics that you like to work on more than others?
Yeah, I do a lot with QSR. One of my clients is a well-known burrito chain, and they have some great YouTube content. We use their videos. We're able to use it, track it for in-source sales, for foot traffic, which is amazing, and online ordering, which has been great. But the content and the audience is fun. But my favorite thing to do is we start looking at the demographic profile of the individuals that engage with it more so than others, and you can start building out individual in your mind and see if it kind of comes to fruition. I mean, when I look at who orders burritos late at night after seeing a YouTube video, it's most often gamers. But women come and engage with the site twice as often. So it creates a whole lot of new ideas for us on how we can take that capability and then use it to build audience lists for Facebook or Google search or Twitter or Trade Desk for many other things simultaneously.
So obviously, so you're saying basically that, for those burrito ads, I guess there are, it would be gamers who are certain age group, or and obviously they maybe would it be a situation where they'd order, right, for with Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever service will will deliver a burrito to them, right?
So close. Well, actually, what we'll like to do is we go look at the most consumed content that people watch with it. So we recognize that gamers are one of our top audiences. So we start looking and see what gamers have the most popular channels that still meet a brand safety requirement. Then we look at the average time of day for the sales into the device. So say it's mobile phone is the initial ordering point, and it's usually between 9:30 and 11:30. So starting at around 9:15 p.m. until about midnight, I'll run YouTube ads on just that channel to just this age, this gender, just on mobile devices, providing that they have engaged. They've engaged with, say, this channel at least 3 times in the past month. That tells me they're probably pre-qualified, and I know by placement my brand is going to be safe because I know the placement for it simultaneously, and we're hitting the right qualified audience.
All right, sounds good. So just about out of time. So why don't you give me a little bit information about how, obviously how they can get in touch with you, if they have any questions, how they can hire you, and so forth.
Sure. So I am most easily found on Twitter. My handle is Jon Kagan, JonKagan, where you'll find me talking poorly about the New York Jets, search marketing stuff, and drop a lot of memes. Or you can email me at jkagan@marcusa.com. That's JKAGAN @marcusa.com.
All right, sounds good. I will be asking you some interesting questions this afternoon and tweeting at you this afternoon. And once we get done with this, so again, thanks for joining me this afternoon. And look forward to tweeting and engaging and asking you some great questions.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for joining me. And we'll talk to you again. Thanks.
That's good. Thanks. Bye.